Napapansin nyo ba guys yung mga gaming phones that we used to love, isa-isa na nawawala. Like, pag yung mga early days, we can say na si Black Shark, nawala. Well, sumabay na si Redmi na gaming line kasi si Poco F4 GT, no? Also known as parang si K40 Gaming ni Redmi, nawala yan, tinanggal kasi may physical shoulder triggers. Then, ang dami mga sumunod, no? So, ano nga ba nangyayari at bakit nawawala itong mga gaming phones na ito? Isa-isa nagsasara, isa-isa na nag-give up dito sa gaming niche na tawag nila. So, alamin natin in this video, pag-usapan natin. Now, probably you're a gamer just like me. Good old days, Black Shark, Lenovo Legion, then meron din si Razer, and a couple of others, lala the latest one, and a couple of other ones na siguro mamalilit na hindi natin masyadong naririnig. And the latest one guys, pinaka-explosive, si Asus ROG phone. No? So, ba nga ba isa-isa na nawawala itong mga gaming phone brands na ito? Ang natira na matatag, Redmagic na lang. Redmagic used to be a very small na player. Start siya, used to look parang normal phone lang na may gaming capabilities. Talaga man konting RGB light sa likod, pang pogi. And you can simply call it the gaming phone. Then, nag-evolve si Redmagic, no? So, let's not talk about Redmagic. Siguro, let's put it to be a little bit later, no? So, right now, pag-usapan natin kung bakit isa-isa nawawala itong mga gaming phones na ito. So, let's start with Black Shark. So, si Black Shark, nag-start yan, rekta gaming brand na siya, no? Gumawa siya ng gaming phone. And ang akala ng marami, si Xiaomi owns Black Shark. But that's not the case. Si Xiaomi has a 20% stake dito sa Black Shark and minamarket nila as gaming phone na in-offer nila. But they are not claiming na sila may-ari kasi sila rin Legion. Xiaomi has 20% stake, parang let's just say, call it a Kickstarter company na ininvestan ni Xiaomi. No? So, yung UI niya is based on Xiaomi, Joy UI, pero MIUI din ang flavor. So, it was a good phone back then kasi siya lang ata may physical shoulder triggers that I love. Kasi parang ka naglalaro ng PlayStation, no? May napipindot ka talaga sa R1, L1. Nag-stop ata siya sa Black Shark 5, tama ako, no? And then nawala sila, binayout sila ng Tencent, nagka-problema, then nawala. So right now, they're trying to make a comeback with I think it's a Black Shark Gaming Pad 7, if tama na alala ko. Patterning up to Xiaomi na Pad 7, no? I'm not sure. Kasi parang ako, I'm not willing to buy it. Kasi hindi na siya matunog eh. Sino nga ba si Black Shark ngayon, no? I mean, well, we can try, pero parang hindi na siya matunog eh. So then came si Lenovo, no? Si Lenovo na Y70, yung mga gaming lines din niya. Okay din yan, mga gaming phones si Lenovo. I was happy with it. Except that sobrang saksakan ng hira nung install ng Google Play Store. Dami mong gagalawin bago ka makapag-install. But, well, yeah, that's the way it is naman, talaga. Pero overall, Lenovo, happy ako sa kanyang gaming line eh. Except that, nawala rin sila. Bigla na nang announce na hindi na namin tutuloy gaming, Lenovo gaming, yung gaming phone na. Pero yung gaming tablet nila tuloy pa rin Y700, which is still good. A very marketable na tablet, gaming tablet na around 8 to 9 incher. Gustong-gusto ko nga yun eh, kasi sila yung nag-revolutionize ng gaming on a tablet na hindi 11 inch, 12 inch, 13 inch. So pag saksakan ng laki na pag gagawin mo pang gaming, hirap naman bit-bitin yun. So, then after ng Lenovo Y700, nagkopyahan na sila lahat ng mga mini tablet. Probably kung updated ka na ba, there's Redmi K-Pad na maliit, Xiaomi Pad Mini, si Redmagic Astra, then meron yung Huawei MatePad Mini, lahat sila ng paliitan na, no? So, I guess that's going to be one of the trends, no, for this year. Ang mini na tablet na for gaming or for productivity purpose. Kasi parang ako, personally, mas gustuin ko magkaroon ng mini tablet kaysa magkaroon ng foldable phones na fragile. Just my take, no? It's another entity on itself. Then, of course, came Razer, no? Hindi ako masyado nakapag-engage kay Razer. Pero I remember meron nga silang Razer na gaming phone. Pero Razer is more known sa mga gaming peripherals. Meron silang gaming laptops na, never ko rin nahawakan dito sa Philippines. Pero I've been using Razer pagdating sa mga keyboard, headset, no, mouse, yan, mga okay kay Razer yan, talagang tatak Razer, no? Pero gaming phone, I think nagkaroon sila 1 or 2 series lang din, nag-ayaw na sila eh. That's purely based sa mga nababasa kong articles from other tech website from other countries, no? Kasi hindi naman talaga nagkaroon here in the Philippines. And of course, yung pinaka-latest chika si Asus ROG phone na nawala na rin ng tuluyan. You know, Asus also started small with their ROG line. I was able to review them mga earlier days, to RG 1, 2, 3, 4. Then, I think, hindi ko lang na-review, pinaka-latest, it's 8, I think? O 9, I forgot. No. So, what's really good back then, mura siya, hindi siya mahal. Then, nung I think nag-start siya sa ROG 3 or 4 na medyo na-capture na nila yung niche, no, gaming. But the problem is that parang they dream big. O wala namang masama, they dream big, no? But they plan parang to become the iPhone ng gaming. Expected, if you want to be the iPhone gaming, yung price have to be higher. Then, gusto ko lang naman sa ROG is marami ka pwede kabit sa kanya. Cooler, mga accessories, ang ganda. Talagang match na match para sa kanya. As a gamer, talagang wow. But you have to take into account na ilan lang gamer sa buong mundo. Maliit lang. Hindi siya practical mag-spend ka ng 100,000 on a gaming phone. I'd rather buy an iPhone or Samsung or other flagship phone, no? Na hindi lang pang camera pero kaya din mag-gaming, no? So we'll talk a little bit about that later. Personal take ko lang is masyadong naging ambitious din si Asus, no? Medyo na-feel ko na siya nung bandang ROG 7, medyo palaho na sila. Hindi na sila masyadong matunog, no? In a point na inaabangan ng tao, Asus ROG. Hindi walang hype. Yun ang naging problem sa Asus ROG. Masyado nilang ginalingan, that's the term. Masyado nilang ginalingan, masyado nilang tinaas yung price, and in the end, walang pumatol. Masyadong maliit ang gaming na niche. Kaya siguro probably that's what will be downfall ng Asus, no? Hindi naman downfall, more nagsara na sila kasi hindi na siya kumikita. So, sort of downfall na rin. So, the last one standing, alam natin, si Redmagic. Redmagic din was started very modest kasi sinuportahan ko rin to Bumibili ako ng mga gaming phones nila back then. Redmagic 1, 2, 3, man. Dami. Was really good, no? And one thing to like dito kay Redmagic is that hindi siya kasing ambitious ni Asus. So that's what keeps them rolling. They roll out the latest processor, they roll out the latest cooling system para sa gaming phone, which is effective naman, no? And yung price, hindi siya kamahalan. If tama ako, correct me if I'm wrong, a Snapdragon 8 Elite na Redmagic na phone, I think it's a 10 Pro. Mabibili mo sa 40 plus K. Pero hindi mo mabibili sa ROG. ROG should at least 70 to 80K. So, baka dalawa ka na halos kulang-kulang sa Redmagic, bumili ka ng ROG. So, why spend more, di ba? Except na siguro, sa accessories sila talaga na panalo talaga kay ROG na undeniably na siya lang meron. At sa kanya mo lang pwede ikabit. Pero, good thing with Redmagic is that they listen to consumer, ano mga gusto ng consumer. Kasi ako, I do give my sentiments din time to time. Except that yung gustong-gusto ko yung improvement sa front-facing camera. Except sobrang olats pa rin ang kanyang front-facing camera. Until now, I'll admit it. Bakit pa rin? Sobrang hazy, blurry, pag tukubo ka ng selfie. But most gamers don't care. No? Most gamers don't care. And ako, for more practical na masasuggest ko sa inyo personally, maganda si Redmagic, undeniably good, pero hopefully they would continue to improve lalo sa front-facing camera. Yun ang siguro isa sa pain point ko kay Redmagic. Pero yung upcoming ng Redmagic 11 Air, maganda, slightly nag-improve ka na front-facing camera kasi under display. So meaning, isipin mo, may camera lens ka tapos tinapan mo ng isang LCD sa harap, malabo ang paningin mo, di ba? So yun na nangyari. Kung paano na ko correct. Kasi meron ako sinasuggest kanila, I'm not sure kung napakinggan nila ako. Liquid crystals, 'di ba? Meron kang camera lens, yung camera sensor. Tapos meron kang liquid crystal, meron kang LCD. So every time na nag-activate ako ng camera, front-facing camera, kaganoon siya. I'm not sure kung how they'll do it, but I think there should be a way. Naman yung pop-up camera back then is so late 2000-ish, no? Pop-up camera, K20 na Xiaomi was a pop-up camera. Tako accident din yan kung nakalimutan mo isara. Pag natamaan, bali. Very fragile din yun. Pero I like the idea back then. Na wala ka ng punch hole, wala ka ng notch. Ako, I'm a advocate ng full screen goodness na isang phone. Kaya trip ko yung mga Xiaomi Mix series And was really good stuff. mga phones na walang punch hole. Yun ang parang pinapatronize ko, no? And ngayon, personal suggest ko lang siguro sa inyo na if you like a gaming phone, it's good. Good investment. Kay Redmagic, don't expect too much kind of front-facing camera. Your camera is good. Okay? What you can do is bubili ka ng meron yung mga display na kinakabit sa likod ng phone para makita mo yung display sa harap. You can use the rear camera as your front-facing camera. That's one option. Second, huwag ka na mag-selfie. Huwag ka na mag-selfie. There are some people na hindi naman talaga may selfie eh. Lalo mga gamers, hindi naman may selfie mga yun eh. Yan ang alam ko ah. Or, another option is to buy a flagship phone na magandang camera and good processor. Pero, hindi lang talaga siya built for gaming. Wala siya mga bypass charging, wala siya mga magandang cooling system. Like this one, Xiaomi 17 Ultra, Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5. Talagang mamaw to kahit anong game sa laro man dito. Kaya Genshin, Wuwa, lahat. Maning-manis kanya. Pero minute. Kasi bakit? Wala naman siyang dedicated na cooling system para sa gaming eh. Diba? It's a camera phone. Hindi siya gaming phone. So, it's different, no? Kaya nga, nagkakaroon sila ng niche na gaming eh. Suggest ko lang, you want dual purpose, find a good camera phone na may good processor. Kasi once na may good processor, for sure, baba natin sa gaming eh. Pag kinayanan na ng gaming, umiinit, bili ka na ng phone cooler. Fly DG, magagandang phone cooler. Mura lang, 1,000 plus. Yun lang masasuggest ko. Or, there's a new player, si Honor. Honor Win, guys. Panalong panalo. Kakareview lang natin. Sa sub 36K, no? Panalo sa gaming, panalo rin ng camera. There's nothing more I can say. Or si Poco F8 Ultra is good, pero hindi lang kasing ganda yung kanyang camera versus kay Honor Win. We still have choices na may decent camera and good gaming capability kay Honor Win sa kay Poco. Pero undeniably, I'll still go for Redmagic pagdating sa gaming. Undeniably, better ang performance. Mas feel mo eh. Pero at the end of the day, gaming niche is still a very, very small na category pagdating sa smartphone. So, probably that's the reason kung bakit isa-isa na wala mga favorite na gaming brands natin. No? So, okay guys, anong take ninyo dito sa gaming? Isa-isa na nawawala itong mga gaming brands na paborito dati. Ako, I'm a fan ng Black Shark. Totoo yun. I'm a really big fan ng Black Shark. Lalo sa kanya physical shoulder triggers. Ano nami-miss nyo sa mga brands na ito? Let me know in the comments. And of course guys, do feel free to share to video na ito sa mga gaming friends ninyo, mga barkada ninyo para at least medyo updated lang sila pagdating sa mga current events, pagdating sa tech. So, in-encourage ko rin kayo to like, subscribe dito sa ating channel so you don't miss out in mga good topic just like this one. So, pare, hanggang dito muna ako. I'll see you in my next video. Peace out.
And so, ako para si Richmond and you're watching Gadget Sidekick. What's up? Like and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. For one of my latest uploads, click the dito. And for one of my popular uploads, click here.